Hey, Shalom, Kahala, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Waha, Rachakadash. Double honors to the apostles of the great millstone. Peace and blessings to Yakin pushing this word of truth and sincerity. This is Mathia from the GMS Dallas camp, and wanted to go into a quick lesson. I was reading this article. I was gonna put it on my phone, but oh man, my phone been tripping. So I just wanted to go ahead and get this out. Um, Lord willing, this to be edifying. This is going into the news that we're seeing with basically so-called the Israel over there in the having that the spirit, which is basically war going on with the Hamas. Okay, now I wanted to read this article. This from Google, and it said, well, it's from Haaretz.com. It says Netanyahu. No, that's next up. It reads, the ruins of the buildings were destroyed during Israeli airstrikes, and that's the picture that they're showing here. If I can blow it up, maybe. See if you can see this here. Oh, I'm putting it in the right place. Oh, wrong way. I don't know if you can see it. But that's just building just been destroyed. Okay? And the article reads, live update, Gaza rockets, barrages target Tel Aviv, Jerusalem, southern Israel. All right. And this came out today at 10:39 a.m. And it reads, Israel diverts incoming flights after overnight rockets barrage Gaza. Authorities say 83 killed, including 17 minors. Israeli ground troops on standby as Hamas warns of escalation. Israeli tally puts total rockets since beginning of escalation at 1,750. 7 dead in Israel, including a soldier as well as a father and a daughter killed. All right. Now, out of all that, you see how many have died. That is not on the side of Israel over there. Okay, the Israelis. Now that's showing you who's putting up the damage. Now, I got to look more into it on what's how this particular. Cause they're always beefing. You know what I'm saying? The Israelis and the Palestinians and the Hamas. You know, so. This is just basically showing you where how things are ramping up. It's only gonna get worse, and we're gonna see how this is gonna pan out. Okay, this may cause in for other countries maybe stepping in. You know, and you know who's the big bad wolf who sits behind Israel is what? America. All right, and we're gonna get that scripture as in Jeremiah as well. You know, that's what I want to get. So let's get reading this. It says, fighting between Israel and Hamas escalated in what has become the heaviest flare-up since the 2014 Gaza. At least 83 people were killed in the Strip and 7 in Israel in the most intensive aerial exchanges for years. Okay. And it says Israel carried out hundreds of airstrikes in Gaza, and Palestinian militants fired more than 1,000 rockets at central and southern Israel since Monday. Now here's the thing. You see how it says that all these deaths that are happening, 83 killed in Gaza. Now it showed that how many had died in Israel. The Israelis, how many? It wasn't that many on for Israel. So the thing is, they're doing all the fighting and things like that. But you got to think, this devil, those are Edomites over there. Okay, those are a lot of those Amalekites that are pushing towards this. You know, they pushing towards this march because they want to get rid of the I don't want to keep saying the name, but the other groups out of the Gaza Strip, you know, and there's always been beef going on over there. You know why? Because the natural inhabitants of that land is not over there. That is the true nation of Israel, you so-called black Latinos and Native Americans. We are the true inhabitants of that land. Those over there are not. Even the ones that are the Israelis are fighting against. You know what I'm saying? Like the Palestinians and things like that. They're not. You know, they took it from them, but overall, the original inhabitants are you so-called Black, Latinos, Native Americans. All right, that's why it would never be peace. That's why it was war. What's that on that 6-day war? That's why when they became a nation over there, it was a war. Okay, that day it was some bombs. It was some shooting going on. All right, but this is gonna Lord's will. This will beef up things where we will see more encountering or with the America, Babylon the Great, also with Russia. Okay, 'cause Russia with all this fighting going on, they getting ready. They're setting up that old USSR spirit. But not to digress, this Salaki. This is Jeremiah 49 and verse 20. All right, it says, "Therefore hear the counsel of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, that he has taken against Edom." And who is Edom? All right, that's the so-called white man, the nation of Israel. I mean, the nation of Edom. All right, the nation of Israel consists of you so-called Black, Latino, the Native Americans, which we are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, amongst the other nations as well. But the bulk of the nation of Israel is the so-called Black, Latinos, and Native Americans. Who are the Edomites? Those are the descendants of Esau. Those are your so-called white Jews, you know what I'm saying, Jewish people. These are your Edomites, the ones that are pale-faced with no melanin in their flesh. Okay? Now, if I'm saying melanin makes you from the nation of Israel, no, because everyone was melanated. Esau, that was a curse. But for the nation of Israel, you have to be the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And it's who your father is through the seed, not who your mother is. All right? So it says, "Therefore hear the counsel of Yahweh that has taken against Edom," against the so-called white man, "and his purposes." Purposes. Now, what are some of his purposes? His purpose is to get what? Everybody vaccinated. Oh, Slakia, hold on. Everybody with that jab. And also to get what? Get everybody with that chip. That's coming. War is coming. All right, and it says that he that has proposed against the inhabitants of Teman, surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them. And who is the least of the flock? That is who? That's going into who's fighting over there today. Always throwing rocks and, well, basically throwing airstrikes and bombs and putting their hands behind their back. How they say throw rocks and then put the hand behind their back like they didn't do it. That's what's going on over there with the Israelis. All right? So this is something that is nothing new, but it's nothing new under the sun, as it says in Ecclesiastes. But I can say this. During the times we're in, I don't see things just ramp up and ramp right back down. Everything, something that gets elevated in regards to prophecy, it's not de-escalating a lot. I mean, maybe slightly here and there, but it's constantly escalating. So, Lord will, this is something that's we're gonna see happen, because we're finna see a lot of uproars of it is uproars of the people. We're gonna see a lot of it when we always say that, but we're seeing it, okay? And we're seeing the least of the flock maybe drawing out who? Okay? It's no more proxy wars, okay? Now we have tampering with the pipelines, things like that. It's going to become all-out, full-blown war. That's coming. You see these military rush over there planning, setting up their showing off their military. I know they do that march and that parade. I think America is one of the only powers that don't do it. But overall, we see what's coming. All right? And you know what's going to happen? Destruction. Okay? Because the Lord said he do not, I mean, he hates who? He hates Esau. He hates the bloodline. And that's just true. And didn't King David say, don't I hate them that hate thee? So we have that hatred, and that's all that means, a strong dislike. You know what I'm saying? You can eat some food, but man, I hate Brussels sprouts. Okay? Well, let me get one more scripture before I head out. All right? You know what? This is Salaki. I know what I was looking for. If I can. This is Psalms. All right. 130. Psalms 134. No, Salaki. 137 and 7, it says, remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. You know what I'm saying? Even they remember, you know what I'm saying? Remember, O Lord, Edom. They said, raise it. You know what I'm saying? They would never be brought down. You know what I'm saying? They had they esteem as the equal. They're roughly paraphrasing. This is who Babylon the Great is, and this is in verse 8, O daughter of Babylon. This is not the mother of Babylon, the original, okay, the ancient Babylon. This is old daughter, okay. This is the Americas, okay, the U.S. of the A, who are to be destroyed, So this is a prophecy. It's going to be destroyed. That's what it's going into. Ancient Babylon is over with. So what is today? If America is such a power, why isn't it in the scripture when all the other powers of the ancient times are in the scriptures? Because this is the name, okay? This is the you supposed to read, get an understanding, okay? Wisdom and knowledge is the stability of our time, and this is wisdom. And where do we get wisdom from? Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Because through the Father, the only way we can get to the Father is through the Son. So it says, O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. So they're going to get ass whooping that's coming. It said, happy shall it be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones. And that's what it's going to be when we actually come in and deliver that whoop ass, by way of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, bring it forth by way of the chariots. And we receive those new bodies to become, like you say, like those angelic forces that bring forth wrath, okay? Bring forth recompense through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right? But it says, O daughter of Babylon, who are to be destroyed. And that's going to start with what? It's going to start off with war. So with that, I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Baha, Rachakadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to Ya'akim pushing this word and truth and sincerity. Shalom.